How does GDP measure a nation's economic health and growth? Imagine trying to see how well a country is doing just by looking at its total output. That's what gross domestic product, or GDP, helps us do. It adds up the value of all the final goods and services produced within a country over a set period, usually a year. Think of it as a big scoreboard showing how much economic activity is happening. It includes everything from the cars made in factories to the haircuts at local salons. GDP looks at four main parts. First is consumer spending, which is what people buy for daily needs and wants. Second is business investment, like new factories or equipment that help produce more in the future. Third is government spending on things like roads, schools, and defense. And finally, net exports, which is the value of what a country sells abroad minus what it imports. When you add all these together, you get the total economic output. Economists and policymakers watch GDP closely because it shows how the economy is doing. When GDP grows from one year to the next, it signals that businesses are producing more, hiring more workers, and people are earning more money. This kind of growth aligns with core conservative principles that favor free enterprise and less government interference. It suggests that policies encouraging investment and entrepreneurship are working. On the flip side, if GDP shrinks, it usually means the economy is slowing down. Businesses might be producing less, layoffs could happen, and incomes might fall. That's a sign of economic trouble, which often leads to higher unemployment. For conservatives, a rising GDP is a sign that less restrictive policies and a free market environment are helping the economy flourish. But GDP isn't perfect. It doesn't measure how income is shared among people. It doesn't account for environmental health or overall happiness. It also counts government spending, even if some projects don't create long-term value. Still, it remains a key tool because it shows the tangible output of a country's private sector and the effectiveness of market-driven growth. Governments use GDP growth rates to decide on taxes, regulations, and spending. A strong growth rate supports the idea that limited government and economic freedom lead to prosperity. When GDP is rising steadily, it means the economy is healthy and can support more jobs and higher wages. If growth slows or turns negative, policymakers might consider reforms or stimulus measures to keep the economy moving forward. In essence, GDP measures a country's economic health by quantifying the total value of what's produced. It acts as a clear indicator of economic activity and growth, helping leaders make decisions that promote prosperity. Despite its limitations, it aligns with conservative ideas that emphasize free markets, investment, and limited government intervention as the best way to boost living standards for everyone.